I'm gonna take this AirTag and ship it halfway across the world, from sunny Southern California all the way to Australia. The magic of Apple's AirTag is that it's nearly impossible to lose, at least in theory. Because this little tag has access to Apple's extensive Find My network, you should be able to lose this thing almost anywhere around the world and be easily able to find it on your phone, tablet, or computer. At least that's the hope. But how well does it actually work? I'm gonna put this AirTag in a box, ship it nearly 8,000 miles away from where we are right now, and track it all along the way throughout its long journey. Will this AirTag survive its journey down under or not? Let's find out. And a big thanks to Bitdefender for sponsoring this video. I'm sure by now you guys are all well aware of the AirTag, Apple's new small little low-profile tracker you can put in a bag, a backpack, a purse, maybe even fit into a wallet or a keychain, and you can use to basically keep tabs on your items and locate them if they go missing. But just how extensive is the Find My network? Does it work as simple as Apple says, sort of right out of the box? We have an AirTag and we are going to ship it to our friend, renowned Apple leaker Sunny Dixon, who is helping us with this special project, and a big thank you to Sunny for helping us with this kind of wild and crazy idea. So let me just be clear, this video is for purely educational purposes only. We got that clear? We're good? All right, already? Let's move on. So now that you know the AirTag's basics and you kind of have an idea of our plan, let's actually get this AirTag all set up before we actually pack it up, get it in the box, and get it shipped off to Australia. So nice thing about AirTags is, like most Apple products these days, they are super simple to set up. This is it. This is the AirTag itself. It's super small. I wish I had another item for reference, but it's kind of like the size of almost, I'd say, a quarter, though a little thicker than you may think. And to get this thing set up, it's pretty simple. You just basically want to take off the wrapping here that's going to activate the battery. Pull that. And it's really just as simple as bring the AirTag near a device running 14.5 and just hit connect. And then we can give this a name. We have backpack, bike, camera, handbag, stuff like that. This one, I feel like almost needs a custom name because it's on a special trip. Let's give it a custom name and let's call this, what should we call this? You know, the one thing I can think of, I don't know why this is popping in my mind, is when I was a kid, there was the whole Flat Stanley thing where you basically make this arts and craft Flat Stanley and then send it around the world and people would take pictures with it. Not the same thing here, but just kind of to pay homage and respect to that, I'm gonna give this guy a name and I'm gonna call him Stanley. It's kind of our cool name, a name for our little AirTag that we're going to track around the world. Gonna go ahead and hit continue, and then we can choose an emoji if we want to. Let's give it the cool guy glasses, because this is a cool AirTag. Gonna hit continue, and then it's going to ask me to register this AirTag to this Apple ID. Let's hit continue. There we go. So now I can see that we're pretty much all set up. I get a little bit of a welcome here inside the Find My app, precision finding. I can play a sound, directions. All that stuff is not what we're gonna be doing right now. We're just gonna hit done, and we are good to go. Stanley is ready to go. He's got 100% battery, and now it's time to get him packed up and off for his big adventure. All right, so I have made it to the shipping center here. We're gonna ship this guy out via DHL. Stanley is safe and secure in the box. As you can see though, my talents do not lie in packaging. Hopefully this makes it there safe, but I got bubble wrap, it's safe, secure, it's good to go. Let's get inside, get a shipping label on this, and get this off to Australia. All right, so Stanley update number 1. He is moving along on the road there. It looks like the DHL driver came and picked up that package. So far, so good with that. We can see updated just 2 minutes ago. So this is a new current address. Looks like it's making its way closer and closer to its final destination. Oh, we're at the airport now. We are at, let's see if we can get an address here. We are at LAX. There we go. That's pretty cool. So this seems to be working out really well. I'm very impressed and curious to see what happens tomorrow and if our AirTag makes it out of the US or to another state. We will see in a few hours. 41 minutes ago, we got a ping of a location of out here, probably just sitting on a pallet here at LAX, just waiting to get on a plane. Still going, everything's going well so far, and let's see tomorrow if this thing gets on a plane and really starts its around the world adventure. All right, almost 6 p.m. here on Sunday evening, and we have not gotten an update since 10:23 this morning. So I'm going to guess that the AirTag did make its way on a plane, and it is somewhere hopefully very far away from LAX. Be curious to see what happens tomorrow morning, where this ends up, and if we get any pings, updates of locations along the way this evening. But so far, it looks like we are still on our way, and hopefully this thing is on a plane and heading far away from here. Monday morning update. We have arrived in Australia as of, well, a few hours ago, but I'm not going to even attempt to do the math on the time difference here. So we have the AirTag in Australia. Let's see what the Find My app says. Whoa, there we go. Last seen this morning as of 4:27 a.m., 7,511 miles away from where I am right now. I just had a live update happen while I was recording. We had gone several hours without an update, and then all of a sudden pinged right in front of our eyes a new update just a few minutes ago. Someone walked by this with a Find My device, probably an iPhone. We got a new update, and yeah, there we go. 2 minutes ago, we are sitting at a building here. AirTag is still working, and we are still making our trek. Just got an update about an hour ago at 3:05. Still trying right now to see if there's any update on a street, so I'm going to assume that probably a truck passed by someone with an iPhone or something like that, and it's continuing to kind of go through transit and continue to make its way through to its final destination. Everything really up until this point has really been flawless. We've continued to get updates. We've continued to kind of follow its location as it's moved through the DHL network. And Stanley, keep going, buddy. You've almost made it. So it's a little after 8:30 here on Wednesday night, May 5th, but our AirTag has reached its final destination much earlier than we anticipated. DHL still says we're not looking at a delivery date until May 17th, but we've got final confirmation from Sonny himself that he has in fact received the AirTag, which is crazy. Less than a week, it's traveled from Los Angeles to Australia, 7,903 miles away from me right now, and we've been able to track it pretty much every step along the way. I feel like we've learned a lot of interesting lessons. We have busted some myths, learned some secrets, and there's just a ton here to kind of unpack and do a deep dive into about the AirTag system, how it works, and what you should and shouldn't do. Let's discuss. So now, about a week later, what did we learn from this whole experiment? What can be gleaned from looking at the Find My app for hours on end and tracking that AirTag thousands of miles away? Was it really worth it? Well, I think so. We actually learned a lot, and these are the 6 biggest takeaways. This first one's a little obvious, but hey, credit where credit is due. The Find My network is really good. I think it's as good as Apple says it is. Made up of nearly 1 billion devices, we got pretty frequent updates from our AirTag basically every step of the way. We got updates as frequent as every couple of minutes, and the longest we went without an update was an extended period of time, like several hours. But I think the reason we went that prolonged time without an update can be explained. Either the AirTag was in a part of the warehouse that no one was walking near with an iPhone or a Mac, or it was on a plane in transit and there was no cell connectivity and no way for the iPhone near it to ping a internet location to update. There are very reasonable explanations as to why for several hours we didn't get an update, but you could tell sometimes in real time as soon as someone walked by that AirTag with an iPhone or some other device in the Find My network. It gave us an update live in real time and seemed to work out really, really well. You can really put this thing anywhere around the world, and there's a good chance if there's enough iPhones and Macs and iPads around, you should be able to easily find it. Lesson number 2, something else to take note of here, is that you don't really need to have lost mode on in order to keep track of your AirTag. But what lost mode seems to do, from my understanding, is that it'll notify people nearby that, hey, there's an AirTag near you that is in lost mode. Here's the contact info for the owner if you want to give them a ring or send them a text and let them know that you found their missing item. That is a very valuable feature, but you don't have to have that on if your item goes missing and you want to track it down. Let's take a quick break away from our epic AirTag journey. I'll get back to that in a second. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about this video's sponsor, Bitdefender. Now, obviously it's important to make sure your devices are physically safe and secure and protected, but also more important these days is to make sure your devices are digitally secure and safe and protected. And to keep all those bad guys at bay once and for all is Bitdefender Total Security. First and foremost, one of my favorite features of Total Security is that it works on all of my devices. So iPhone, iPad, Windows, Mac, Android, whether I'm browsing on my desktop at home or I'm on the go with my phone, I am safe, secure, and protected. And speaking of browsing, Total Security is keeping you protected, safe, and secure while you browse the web in real time. With built-in tools to keep you safe from phishing attacks, fraudulent websites, dangerous websites, and much, much more. And beyond that, you're also getting incredibly comprehensive system-level protection here as well. Bitdefender Total Security will monitor your computer in real time, stopping any malicious files, malware, viruses, adware, all that junk completely in its tracks, keeping your system safe, secure, and locked down. And best of all is that you're getting this real-time protection with no hit to performance on your system. In fact, Bitdefender Total Security will change its profile and change the way it operates based on what you're doing on your computer. So it'll act differently if you're gaming and need a little extra horsepower versus when you're just sitting back and streaming a movie. So get that peace of mind knowing your devices are safe, secure, and totally protected today by using Bitdefender Total Security. If you want to learn more and check it out for yourself today, hit that link right down below to learn more. And special for Apple Circle viewers, Bitdefender is giving you access to Total Security for a 120-day free trial. So no 30-day standard trial. This is an extended 120-day free trial, so you can put Total Security on all your devices, get it set up, downloaded, installed, configured, and get those bad guys away, keep them at bay with Bitdefender Total Security. If you want to learn more and check it out for yourself, which I highly recommend you do, hit that link right down below. Number 3 is another obvious one, is that your AirTag can and will make noise. This is obviously nice, so if you lose your AirTag between the couch cushions or in a bag or backpack across the room or across the house, you can simply tap the little button on your iPhone to play a sound, and you will hear an audible chirp and an audible chime from your AirTag so you can easily find it, which is nice. But there's also another component built into this as well, and that is for privacy and for an anti-stalking feature. If your AirTag leaves your iPhone for an extended period of time, as in 3 days at this point, it will start to make noise when it moves. Takeaway number 4 is another very important one in the vein of privacy and safety and security. I do want to be clear that Apple is implementing a lot of different safeguards in place with AirTags to make sure that they can't be used for nefarious purposes like stalking or tracking, but there has been some criticism that some people say this just isn't enough. The Washington Post ran a whole article about some of the things they did to circumvent some of these things and to see how well the anti-tracking features worked. They had some criticisms. You obviously have to take this with a grain of salt. The nice thing is a lot of this is software based, so Apple can adjust these things on the server side to work better in certain scenarios, and obviously the more AirTags are in the wild, the more Apple will know and the more adjustments can be made. Takeaway number 5 has to do with Tile and how that stacks up versus the AirTag and Apple ecosystem. And I guess I'd say it's the million-dollar question, though it seems more like it's the billion-dollar question these days on which system is better and superior, and there is a lot of debate right now on which ecosystem you should go with, whether you want to go AirTag or you want to go Tile. The one advantage Tile has right now is that they do have a number of different form factors, whereas AirTags just comes in one shape and size. And Tile also has native support for Android and Windows as well. But with that being said, when it comes to actually tracking down your stuff, you just can't deny that the Find My network is bigger than Tile's network. Tile doesn't give exact numbers on exactly how big their ecosystem is, and they even just made an announcement that they're partnering with Amazon to make that ecosystem even bigger. But when you have a company like Apple that makes their own tracker, that also makes the software and hardware for Macs and iPods and iPads and iPhones all around the world, it's gonna be hard to compete with that very comprehensive network. And finally, takeaway number 6 is just something stupid cool that I wanted to share with you guys, and it is a secret hidden menu, hidden feature with AirTags in the Find My app. Someone on Reddit found this and I thought it was kind of cool and wanted to share it with you guys, but caveat, it could be patched depending on the iOS version you're on, so try it, could be fixed, but if not, you should be able to access it really simply by going to the Find My app, going to the Find feature that uses the U1 chip, and you can kind of see here it's trying to find my AirTags, and then I'm gonna tap my name in the upper left 4 or 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go, and now I have access to a hidden menu that shows me real-time data and different analytics and details on the AirTag. So I can move my phone around, I can see the values on that change, and I see a number of different toggles and sliders I can adjust as well, though be forewarned that if you adjust those toggles and sliders, it does change the way the AirTags function with your phone. So I probably wouldn't touch those sliders, don't mess with anything, but it is cool to look at and see that a hidden developer menu seemed to make its way out to a public final release, and you can get in there and adjust things if you want to. You can change the color, you can change some of the ways AirTags function with your phone, and there's a bunch of cool things that people have found in here. Just something you can find. If you want to get rid of it, just tap that upper left again, 1, 2, 3, 4, goes away and looks again like normal. Super cool. Try out that AirTags hidden menu for yourself. And that's it, guys. That is the AirTag adventure, sending it around the world, nearly 8,000 miles away, and being able to track it along the way. I'm just super impressed with how everything worked. The Find My network worked, the AirTag seemed to function as normal, and everything worked as Apple said, which doesn't always happen, but when it does happen, it is super nice to see. What are you guys' thoughts? Are you planning to send an AirTag to someone to see how you can track it? I probably wouldn't recommend you doing it, but I'm just curious if you were inspired by this video. And of course, are you buying AirTags? What are you tracking? How many did you get? Leave a comment down below and let us know your plans with AirTags. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. I'm Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see ya in the next one.